Retired Air Force Lieutenant General Richard Newton joins me now. Welcome to the show. And first, I just want to get your reaction to this breaking news we had tonight about the sanctions on the SWIFT system. How significant is that?
Well, good evening, Ruta Bay, and excellent coverage tonight. But regarding SWIFT, I think that's really a key move. SWIFT, as you reported, is really the international banking administrative system in terms of millions and millions of transactions go through the SWIFT system on a daily basis. Now, my sources tell me it's not against all Russian banks, but it's against key banks, and I think it's just as important that we have really taken this step, which also means that we have all 30 nations in NATO to approve of that as well. One of the holdovers early on about of invoking the SWIFT sanction was Germany, but it appears that they've all agreed, and I think it's very important. I think it will be very important next week as we go through what has now become quite a grind for Putin in Ukraine, and he's off timing, and so I think the SWIFT sanction is a good one and a necessary one.
We've seen what a difference 24 hours can make. How important are the next 24 hours in your view?
Well, the last 24 hours, and let's call this day 3, we're about ready to go into day 4 tomorrow for Ukraine. Again, it's been critical today that we still see the Ukrainian military putting up quite a fight. We still see the Ukrainian civilians, as you reported with Maria in that extraordinary discussion you had with her, resisting as best she can, even with COVID and her family. The resistance of the people, I think, is absolutely essential. Then, of course, you've got President Zelensky's iron rod leadership. There he is, live in front of his people in fatigue, saying he is defying not only Putin, but he is going to hold steady and lead this country through this. It's extraordinary. Now, I'm thinking, over the certainly last 12 and 24 hours, that the next 24 to 48 hours are going to be absolutely key and essential. Of course they are. Kyiv is still encircled. There will be massive assaults, not only from ground, but from air. My sources tell me there are Tu-95 bombers out of Engels with cruise missiles that are going to engage targets inside of Ukraine, probably inside the capital itself, to try to help assist that Russian invasion of the capital through, street by street fighting and so forth. But nonetheless, Putin is definitely off his game here. It may even be at a point where I'm not quite ready to call this, but there's a bit of miscalculation here on Putin's part. He has overwhelming forces, but at this point, he doesn't necessarily have overwhelming advantage.
Were you surprised that the Russians didn't take Kyiv last night?
Actually, I was not, because if you go back to maybe Thursday turning into Friday, and we saw the stiff resolve of the military, but we also, let me tell you this. My sources tell me tonight that at this point, we've got, according to U.S. official, I'll just leave it at that, Russia is suffering heavier losses in armor, aircraft, and personnel than expected. Ukrainian air defense is exceeding expectations. Russia has not established air supremacy yet, and Russia has been unable to maintain sufficient supply lines. What that tells me, and I haven't really quite been able to substantiate it, but let's go with it. That tells me that again, the tide's not turning, but certainly it's becoming very difficult for the Russians to that's why they're difficult for them to move in on the capital. So, I'll just close on this point. Hope is not a strategy. Results matter. But again, though, I think over the last 12 or 24 hours or so, it has surprised me, but in a way that one should not be surprised, again, by this tremendous population and resilience of these people.
Absolutely. And we talk about Zelensky staying and fighting for his people, even knowing that he is a target. I mean, you're a student of history. You know how many other world leaders have just fled under similar circumstances. Before I let you go, I want to ask you how you think Putin will respond to the fight that Ukrainians are putting up.
I think Putin's going to respond in a more heavy-handed way. I think you're going to see more assets of air powers. I just mentioned with the Tu-95 bombers and cruise missiles, conventional cruise missiles, I may add. I think you're going to see armor and mechanized forces continue to pound away. You'll see Apache attack helicopters. I think we saw earlier today a video of a ballistic missile strike against an apartment building inside the capital of Kyiv. I think you're going to see more of that. I think that's because of the resistance and the resilience of the military and the people, and certainly the political resolve of President Zelensky, is going to compel Putin to have to act even more strongly than we've seen. So it's going to be a very difficult time. But again, credit goes to the Ukrainian people.
Lieutenant General Newton, thank you so much for joining us. We'll check back in with you again in the next hour. We appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Click the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.